Hello everyone, and welcome to this 5th episode of the AT Field. We're back after a quite long break. We had a lot going on. We had a trip to Japan, doing a lot of interviews. And well, for this 5th episode, a few changes, a few special things. First of all, you may have noticed this time I'm not with my usual co-host. I'm not with Matteo. I'm with another member of Full Frontal's team, which is LUDO.
Nice to meet you.
LUDO, he's our special reporter, our interview guy, right? You're the interview guy, aren't you?
Yes, I'm the interview guy. Thank you.
So I'm Dimitri, the chief editor and co-founder of fullfrontal.moe. And so this month, you may have noticed if you read the website that we have published a few interviews about French animation. We decided to dedicate this month to a few movies, French movies, that impressed us, that came out last year or this year, and which will also release worldwide. And so to end this month dedicated to French animation, we thought, what is best than to have a very special guest with us, the coolest guy in the whole French animation world, Balak, right?
Yes.
Or should I say bullfrog, maybe?
Absolutely not. Thank you so much. The coolest, I don't know. The boldest, pretty sure.
Of course you're the coolest. Because, you know, for people, French animation is about movies in festivals, you get prizes and, you know, nice movies. But in France, we also have really cool and neat animation, and that's you.
It's true.
And that's Bobby.
It's just me. It's just Bobbypills. Nothing else exists except for us. Yes, that's true. Thank you. Good night.
No, because, you know, as he says, like, the images of, like, intellectual, independent movies. But
not fucking dumb French obsessed pervert that love big boobs guys. No, yeah.
Yeah, with, action and sex and stuff like that. Like,
is that a good
Bobby
thing?
does stuff like that, or mostly Bobby.
Mostly us.
Yes, if I want to do comparisons, we did the interview of Shio, we did Sirocco. It's little like Ghibli stuff. After that, we did Perrin, who is doing
Mars Express.
Mars Express, it's like IG stuff. And there is also Lodenbach, who's doing artistic things and strange things like Madhouse. And you are the French Trigger.
Oh my God.
Trigger animation of France, right?
I wish. We have to, it's like the French city that have to be twins with Japanese city. Or, Okay, so we have, Bobbypills, we are the Trigger of France. I don't think so, because we're that good. But we have the same, we like, boobs. No, by we, I mean Bobbypills is very diverse, like with a lot of people that have different, mindset and like different things, and that's what makes the thing richer. But you have to say, I mean, for sure, Trigger is a studio's name that comes back a lot in our conversation and what we actually like. Trigger, and especially like Imaishi, back out of the Gainax days. It's kind of always the same old animators that always come back in the conversation, and so Trigger, that's nice. Thank you. So you were studying animation, doing Gainax bounces in Les Gobelins? I didn't even know it was called like that, but as a matter of fact, I must say I come like my I really do love animation more than comic books or stuff like that. I like it when it moves, and I think that my main goal as a student was to be able to animate the perfect bouncing boobs. Yes. I'm still on that road. It's a long road, like to achieve that goal. But you're doing pretty fine. I will get there eventually. It's a bushido. It's a never-ending.
And maybe to introduce you to our viewers, because we mostly have people watching who are anime fans. That's why also maybe the comparison helps to understand a bit like how the style of everyone. But so. to explain them a bit who you are, because to us French, you're a superstar, right? You're a successful comic artist.
No.
You're a super animator.
It's not true.
Yeah, it's completely true. But maybe to our more international audience who maybe isn't that aware of who you are. So you started studying animation at the school Gobelin.
Very original.
Right? How original, but one of the best in the world, basically.
It was.
It used to be. And you had your big breakthrough in the late 2000s with Turbomedia, right?
Oh my God.
Can you tell us a bit about that? Because that's also led you to work a bit with Marvel, right? And do a comic for Marvel.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're doing
From the start,
no,
right?
I worked for a long time in for kid shows, animation. After Gobelin, I worked for maybe 8 years, something like that. For all that stupid kid shows that you see on TV, where I learned a lot, but also got a lot of frustration, obviously, as many of us. My soul died a little, but it was nice because the people in that industry are really good. The artists and production people are super cool. It's a great way to learn. Then that there is that thing, because at the time all the rage was like, oh, digital comics, what it's going to be. How we should read comics in these new days with all this strange thing on your phone. God damn it, that's insane. So there were all these new way of presenting comic books, and none of them were right to my taste. Everything was kind of like sucking really hard, and it was really annoying. And I did what everybody does. Still to this day, like I complain on the internet. I said stuff like it sucks, and then call it a day and think I did something today.
But nothing changed.
Nothing changed, and actually somebody called me out on that. It said the thing that we should say to a lot of people. Say it's fine and dandy to fucking say it sucks and yada, and you know better, but why don't you do it if you're so fucking clever? And I actually tried. I did a little demonstration of what I thought what could be super cool. Put that online on Katsuka's forum, of course. Hello, Mark Hagues. Where are you?
Shout out to Katsuka.
Shout out to Mark Hagues and Katsuka.
The best anime news website.
The best guy in the world.
So we have also to be completely transparent. He worked for you, right? That's why you're...
Mark Hagues doesn't work for anybody. He works for his passion. He works for your own enjoyment, and is one of the better people. Yes, a lot of actually. Little parenthesis, but he had a huge impact on animation, French animation, Western animation, and also Japanese animation. Yes. Like for fuck's sake, I think Eun Choi, that is now the boss of Studio Science Saru, discovered Masaki Yuasa. We work through Katsuka. That's insane. It's a huge part of the animation history books, and he's also the nicest person I ever met, so that's a plus, because that world is so full of fucking assholes, so it's always nice. So where I was, so Turbomedia
on Katsuka's website.
Complain, did a little thing, show it to on the message board at the time. It was a blessed time, but there was no social media.
Yeah, everything on the forum.
Everything was better back in the days. I posted that, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's actually making sense. It's actually pretty nice." And so I translated that in English just to show that to Scott McCloud. That was the goal, because Scott McCloud is a big théoricien, how do you say that? Of the comic books.
Scholar, yeah.
He made all these books about what makes a comic books, and understanding comic books and stuff. Check that out. It's really great. And I wanted to, because I got inspired a lot by what he was saying, and I wanted to say, take a look at that. Maybe if you read your email, and I put that on my DeviantArt, good old days, Sonic porn. And then in a couple of days my mailbox exploded with people saying, what the fuck, It's
This
the best
is
thing
awesome,
since like a sliced butter or something, like sliced bread.
Sliced bread.
Sliced bread.
Explain it quickly, but
Oh, it's chiant.
it was-
It's super
It's
boring. It's
there was the web comics, like comics on the web, but it was absolutely
And
shitty.
then people try to.
And then you transform it in animation, in flash animation.
well, it's like how to like it's more complicated than that, but yeah, it was like basically you click, you see the next panel. It's a way to
It's between the comics and the animation.
you can have some animation, but the main part is like what makes reading. It's like you're in control of your own pacing and stuff like that. So there's nothing in between you and the timing that the artists convey with no timing. That's comic book basically.
Anyway, you click.
And you click and you click and you click, like going through a storyboard, and then you reinvent composition and what you can do with panels and stuff. And like very quickly got an email from people from the US and stuff, and like comic book artists that I always admired, like came to talk to me. Like I was just a fucking guy that complained on the internet. I was like literally nobody, and then there were all these guys, and then eventually Mark Waid came to me, that a huge comic book writer, and said, come to the fucking Comic-Con. Why? Like we're gonna have a 1 hour talk, a presentation of what you did. It's at the fucking San Diego Comic-Con. Okay. Can I come the whole week? I say, sure. And I got a nice hotel and everything. It was very cool. Yeah, so basically got invited to the Comic-Con, do a talk, explain what you do. So I did that. And then like a couple of days after that, I got a mail by Joe Quesada that was the chief of Marvel Comics.
Wow.
And said, okay, now we're gonna do this big run, Avengers versus X-Men, and we're gonna do that. They're gonna be like short stories that we're gonna do in your way. Really? Yes. And so and I did I started to work for Marvel for a couple 3 years, I think.
Yeah. I know you did a Captain Marvel.
I did some stuff. Like I did. Actually, the funny stuff is like I used that format with Brian Michael Bendis to introduce the soon-to-be character of that new franchise that was Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was like, what the fuck was that? And it was like reintroducing the characters, and so we are working on Guardians of the Galaxy, on Wolverine, some Ultimate Spider-Man, like a fucking wet dream, because I'm a comic book nerd. I love comic books, and so I was like, this is weird, but this is cool. And it was one of the things that were piling up, because at the same time I was working on Lastman, on the Kassos, and on a lot of other stuff, and I had to do that on top of everything. But you can't fucking say no to that. That's literally too much fun. Yeah. It's actually insane to draw fucking Spider-Man for a living. That's cool. Yeah, and then eventually that Turbomedia thing died out because it wasn't the right way. The right way was a simpler way with the webtoon. The fucking Koreans were right. And actually Scott McCloud called it. He said, your thing is nice, it's really cool, it's not that.
I think maybe it was too far out for more PCs and phones and...
No, because the people are tired of clicking on the buttons. They prefer to use the wheel.
No? I think
scroll on the phone, right?
Always go for the simpler route, like for the artist to work and for the reader to read. And that was too convoluted. That was too hard. That mix of way of visual storytelling that is kind of like in animation and also comic book, like it could really work with people that have that hybrid culture, like such I do. And also it was too convoluted on a technical standpoint. It was convoluted, even if it's a fucking slideshow. Yes. It was still an issue. And then for the audience, for the readers, it was not the best way. The best way is webtoon. It's really fucking simple,
Yeah, it's so simple.
and it's still comic book. And so yeah. At the end, I was happy to have somebody like people that believed in it and tried with me, and like
and went pretty far still.
we went pretty far. We created a whole fucking label for Marvel for that, and so it didn't work out. But it's as I say, it's usually when you fail, that is better. It's a better experience. Failing by drawing fucking Wolverine, that's okay. I can live with that. There's harder.
I have a question because it's in between the comics and the animation.
Yeah, because your audience is getting bored. Like we're talking about fucking comic books. They hate that shit.
Sorry, but thanks to the Turbomedia, maybe people who were aspiring comic artists became animators thanks to that, thanks to you?
Tried out animation?
I don't think so. I don't know. I know that I did. It was mostly the other way around. I think like animators, people from animation, because one of my like best friend at the time, like Malek,
is
like he was a huge Turbomedia artist. We really pushed the envelope way more than I did, with more animation and everything. But it was a cool way for him to express himself. It was a cool way for animators to not go as hard, because animation is fucking long and annoying and pain in the ass, and nobody should do it. It's hell. It's a way to still have that, but also you can put that something like comic book is faster than animation, and so it was a nice mix for people that were animators. I think it was comic book for people that come from animation, and nobody wants that.
I have Malek's comic book, but his animation is better.
Yeah, he's
fucking great. Like he's a director of Gamma. He's great.
He really has a nice touch, and he draws really well. But
he's the fucking fastest storyboard artist in the world.
Really?
Insane. The skill on that guy. We started at the same time at Marathon. Like he worked on Totally Spies. I worked on other Marathon shows, and we were like Naruto and Sasuke at the time. We were like really try to outsmart everybody. Like we were learning at the same time and fighting with the storyboards and try to. But he's just fucking the best.
That's
insane.
how he kept up his YouTube channel. Because it's hard to do animation for YouTube, and he did that for years, right?
Yeah,
he's still doing it.
Yeah, he's still doing it. Despite like directing TV shows and stuff on the side.
I hope you've watched that, because you should.
Yeah, it's really good, and the crazy thing, like when you see his animation, his way of doing things, like and you think that's fucking insane. The cool part is like is actually more insane than that. Is a character. Like one of the most interesting director now in animation, I would say.
He even did pro boxing in Japan.
Fucking
he's so cool.
That asshole.
He's the other cool guy in French.
I think he is the coolest guy in animation.
Maybe.
I think he is. Yeah, that fucking asshole. He tries something, he does it. He's incredible. You got the way he wants something, he gets bored very easily, but he got that appetite for creation that is, and he masters everything. He's a fucking amazing singer too.
Yes.
And he wants to try something that is very annoying. He's like an overpowered anime character. That's insane. And
right now he's doing the same job as you in Bobbypills, but in Ankama. So he's doing everything in Ankama.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's carrying the whole place, right, for the animation studio. Yeah. And so after Turbomedia, you had other big breakthroughs, maybe more in France, but one breakthrough you had in France and also a bit in Japan is your comic book, Lastman, right?
Lastman with my camarade Bastien, Yves and Michael Sanlaville. Yeah, we same. The cool thing is, I mean, we treated that book like as an animation project, really, because one thing I know for sure is I can do shit for myself. Like when I'm alone, I suck. I really need like to have a team of people I trust and that are better than me. And the cool thing is like being a director is actually that. It's like to surround yourself with people that are better than you, and you just give them the vision and you say, go now, and now I'm going to take a nap. No, it's not true. It's not that. I wish it was. But yeah, so it's like Lastman was like a cool way to satiate is the word. that thing that we all want is like we all have our taste crystallize basically when you're 12. All the things that you think are cool when you're 12, it's gonna stay. Even if it's cringe, even if it's gonna be that's gonna be your compass and your personality, for better or worse. And Lastman was a way for me, Bastien and Michael, to put everything that actually made us want to do that awful job, like it is to be an artist. An artist with huge. I hate that word. I'm one of those guys that say I'm not an artist. I just draw boobs. No, actually hate that word.
You do art. Okay.
I do art. I do boobs for a living. But so oops. So the Lastman was a very special moment because we were doing our mango. Basically, it was like big weebs. I mean, I was the biggest weeb of the three.
In France, it was presented as like a French manga.
Because
every editor loves to try to surf the wave of the manga success, right? And try to.
It was presented as the first French manga. It was not true at all.
Yeah, it was
a lot of people got pissed.
But what I find interesting in Lastman is a lot of people try to do French manga and they copied the style and the designs, but you didn't do that at all. But what you did copy is the amount and the pace of publication. Because French comics I really seen only few pages, and from volume 1 to volume 2 it takes years or months,
because
and you try to work really hard like Japanese guys, and you delivered a full amount of pages.
We wanted to try that. So it was the main
goal, Japanese thing you did. No?
Yeah. That was we wanted to try that to see what it is. How does it go? Like to poop 15 pages a week or something. It's hell. It's insane. We didn't keep up the pace for too long. At some point we took more time. We can see like we managed to do that at the beginning a bit, I think, but when you see like the drawing were simpler on the first volume, like more close to it was like a Paulina does karate, like does kung fu, like it's more Bastien like with a Paulina face, like very simple line, like very rough line, and then eventually with Michael's influence, it's the drawings are getting more complex and more polished and more background and stuff like that. So eventually the quality of the drawing went up,
like
so
every manga.
Time. Yeah, true. And so basically now to me it was my main. It was so cool because I just had to do the storyboards and co-write the thing, and then I leave everything that is a pain in the ass, like doing the stuff, actually doing the stuff like to people that are more talented than me. So that's really cool. That's why I'm a storyboard artist, basically, because this is where you have the most fun, and then everything else sucks. It's hard, and you have to be very, very, very special type of person to actually enjoy that.
And so this French manga, it eventually got published in Japan, and if I remember correctly, it even was recommended by Katsuhiro Otomo, right?
Fuck, we have so many good names, like Katsuhiro Otomo, fucking
our friend.
Yeah, almost.
There was. We have all the Panini card of the All-Star game. We have the Tetsuhara.
Ooh.
Fucking Kenshiro. Hokuto no Ken. We had fucking shit. Fuck. What's his face? Fucking 20th.
Urasawa Naoki.
My apologies, Naoki Urasawa. You don't watch it anyway, so it's okay. But Eguchi also, like a lot of fucking Murata, like of One Punch Man.
He sometimes reads fullfrontal.moe. He's really cool.
He is like
he started his animation studio.
Fuck.
Yes.
He's gonna eat everybody up.
Yes.
I think he's a Japanese Malek. That's insane.
Yes.
He's so good. Like he does something. That guy is not an animator. He's like, I'm gonna try animation. Fuck you.
And he's so good at it too.
And he did fucking Turbomedia also. Like the first One Punch Man at the very, very beginning was not on paper. It was not in the Shonen Jump on paper. It was on the fucking Shonen digital thing that they tried. Didn't work out. And it did actually. That's why on the first volume and stuff, you see this thing like where you have like that panel that changed like pages of something like kind of animation frame by frame. it was supposed, because you're supposed to click. It was literally Turbomedia. That was really funny. So yeah, he's a genius too. When you got all these big names that sucking your dick, you said life is nice. But it didn't sell one fucking book. Like nobody cared. Like in Japan, like the audience didn't care. But you know,
maybe it was because of the distribution. So
no, it was because like it doesn't look like fucking Naruto. That shit. It looks like fucking Bastian Lives bullshit, and people don't understand.
Exactly.
Like, it's not a manga.
It's not to the taste.
Like it's not a broader audience taste at first glance, but again we failed, but that's a fucking nice way to fail.
Yeah, of course.
Like
Otomo and Eguchi and stuff.
I can take that over selling a lot, and people say, but like people like that don't care about what you did or say it sucks. So yeah, and actually that book didn't sell well at all for the first books. Like everybody was expecting, because all the, you know, it works like you get they send that to libraire, comment on appelle ça là? The bookseller, whatever. Yeah. They say, is it going to be shit? Everybody loved it, so they printed a fuck ton of them because they were sure it's going to be a huge success. They don't fucking sell for 3 books, and
so
the only thing that saved us was actually the fact that we managed to sell the fucking anime. I said fucking too much. I'm sorry. That's my French.
I mean, it's fine. Yeah. I think on YouTube, like, you're supposed to not swear for the first minutes.
So we're fine.
And then after that, it's fine.
I think it's fine.
Oh, yeah, we've been fine for a while. I hope we didn't say too much. There's the intro and stuff, so it's okay.
At what point we can say suicide on YouTube? I don't remember.
I don't think you can say that. I think
fucking suicide?
Yeah. I don't know.
Demonetized.
Yeah, I mean, we're not monetized in the first place. We don't have any.
We don't have viewers too, so it's okay.
Exactly.
There you go. Fucking suicide.
So we can say anything we want anyway.
Right.
Fuck YouTube.
We can even show our dicks, maybe. But I don't know.
Well, we're gonna show people do stick later.
Oh, okay. That's better.
And so yeah, so. Lastman, but still, Lastman was a quite good success in France, and
in the end,
like, as you said, like his own television like animated series. In fact, that was also kind of compromised by France Télévisions. I think, like they tried to put a lot of,
not so much as by France Télévisions, but by the Arcom, like CSA, like the lows,
but
the lows.
Though, you know, they put it on the nighttime slot, like at 11 p.m. stuff like that. They did try to.
It was still a big success.
It was still
It went on Netflix, I think.
Later. Yeah. French Netflix. Yeah.
Only French?
Yeah.
But for the time slot thing, I think it's also because the person in charge changed right in the middle of it. Like first it was approved because it was like, we want to do more. It's
politics and all that jazz.
Exactly. Like
it's just
always
like
politics faults, right?
Yeah. But it's fun, you know. Like all this drama and stuff. Oh shit, you work so hard, and then you got at the very shitty slot, and but eventually it worked out. I was so fun at the time when to watch Twitter live reaction of everybody watching the show. That is great. Like all that fucking bitch bullshit right now. When you you work like for it happened with Captain fucking Laserhawk on the show that we worked so hard on like for 2-3 years.
Talk about it for like 48 hours and it dies down.
And then you got send the whole show one time. People can talk about it for a week and then it's dead.
Yeah. Not even a week, so
God damn. I see people like arguing online about, I'm actually binging is good. You fucking diabetic fucks. It's like a sports side. I want my candy and I want it now and a lot. And no, you have to do it a little bit at a time, otherwise you're gonna die. And it's not really even, you're not gonna like enjoy that. And even like it makes the way to finance shows so hard, the way platform are handling that is awful, and the way people are now used to consume the way people are used to consume stuff now is awful. It's like entitled little fucks.
It was already very consumeristic, but it's like the peak of consumerism, right? Like at the peak of fast food media.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot to actually miss the fucking ad system of the TV. When you realize when you take that away, you have only these awful subscription system like we have right now, and the awful binge watching bullshit, and you miss the time where there were actually ads on TV, because that was an actually very clever way to finance shows and to make like show that were doing good audience like ratings, like actually like getting more money and more like, and that system is fucked so much. So, and we are paying the price right now. It's really hard to finance a show, a movie even.
And I think what's kind of scary also even for anime is that anime is turning more and more to this kind of production where it turns to online platforms.
Finally, we're talking about anime.
Not necessarily about
maybe
binging,
but from a French point of view, okay. But in Japan, the biggest budgets are this kind of shows for Netflix and for this kind of platforms.
True.
So
True, but the animators are still paying like shit.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, we're getting into the whole animation comedy type of horrible mob like thing, that the way they finance anime is really nonsensical also,
and it's hard to change because it doesn't make sense, but at the same time
we did that
they've
for
been
years.
doing that for so long, so it's the way that it's working out right now. It's hard to go out of it, right? Also, I mean, you have shows like Chainsaw Man who tried to do without a production committee, but it's because the IP is so strong that they can allow themselves to do it.
You said Chainsaw Man? You mean you say Mappa? You mean you triggered something when I'm going to write a comment on X because Mappa is a fucking buzzword now and I have something to say? I have an opinion on it even if I don't know shit about animation and stuff. Chainsaw Man? Oh no, it's sad because... Fuck you, everybody. It's making me fucking sick.
Honestly, I'm really looking forward to the reaction because, of course, we've known your work and your personality very well, but I'm very looking forward to how our viewers will react to this.
Ça va faire des problèmes encore. Sorry.
No. I think it's really fun. I mean, I love it. Else we wouldn't have. I mean, we
That's
know
so French.
Like that. Exactly.
That's very French. Sorry,
we love you.
I'm French. I don't understand
pardon
English.
Pardon my French, as they say. You know.
Pardon my French. I didn't mean to say that people that are saying bullshit on Twitter are fucking morons that should die. I didn't mean that. Absolutely not, because I don't. English is not my first language. You know.
Oh yeah, of course. So, I understand, of course.
Yeah.
So maybe if you want to show the personality of Balak, we should talk about your other breakthrough. Les Kassos.
Les Kassos, of course.
So let's.
Which is like a very like humoristic like parody of everything pop culture, everything that you like, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't again. If you let me do stuff, I don't do nothing. Lastman, it was Bastien getting to me at the bar and saying, "Hey, let's do a mango together," and say, "Oh yeah, maybe, I don't know." Sounds like you get Marvel or Mark Waid saying, "Hey, you're gonna do comic books, but I don't know how to do comic books." It's okay, you're gonna learn. And then you got this, Les Kassos. It was with David Elric, the boss of Bobbypills, that. I think I was like getting out of Gobelin at the time, and I was working with that strange dude of Peruvian descent that was like asking like student to do stuff for his little boîte company, animation company that was starting, and he couldn't sell shit, and I did some awful pilot for him. And never sell nothing. I even did a live action fucking thing for him. Awful. I hope nobody will never see it. Like again, fate.
You should give it to us so that we can broadcast it.
But again, that was a good chunk of failing. That was actually pretty nice. And then eventually he went with that idea. That was a revamped idea for kids shows actually, and with El Diablo on board, that a French creator of Les Lascars. And he said, okay, we're going to try to sell that to Canal Plus and do something. I said, I don't know. I tried, and I hated it. I hated every minute of it, of doing that pilot. And because I was overwhelmed with work, I was starting to, as I said, work on Lastman and Marvel and everything. It was like, I really didn't sleep all back in the days. It was too much work, and I really couldn't wait for that Kassos project to fail miserably.
It started as a comics, right?
No, absolutely not.
No, it started directly
What
as
was the pilot? The character in the pilot?
Oh my god, and it sucks. I think we showed it one time at Annecy at a whip. It was embarrassing. That pilot is so bad. I think there was Mario, Super Mario Brother, like Marius and Gigi already. Fucking Fonzie of fucking Happy Days.
Why?
Not my idea, but yeah. And I think others. I don't remember the other ones, but it was like super cringe. And so I say, okay.
Everybody loved it.
Not I was like pretty confident that Canal Plus is gonna say that's fucking suck, like goodbye. And now they say, okay, let's try because it's for YouTube and we're gonna give you like $100 to do it or whatever. And so we had $100 and we did the show with the help of Alexis Beaumont and Rémi Godin because that we directed the first season, and we just figured that shit out as we went. Like we had no idea, no money, no actual studio to work. Like we were like squatting, like squatté. We were like
borrowing
parasites.
a place.
We were not paying shit. We were like at Xilam, you know.
Borrow the room at a big studio.
Yeah, in a big studio, like we were like, it was not our computer, not our fucking walls. It was just we were like parasites on Xilam's back for
like
a couple of months, something like that. Yeah. Not like fleas, something that itches. Or comment ça s'appelle?
Cockroaches?
No.
Crabs. We are crabs. We are crabs on the Xilam's dick. And but we did the first season that I was really sure that people are going to say, what the fuck is that? It sucks. And no, it didn't. But there were not a lot of people watching that. And then season 2, David Alrig, again, the boss, like really fought to have a second season because Canal Plus was like, why? No, we don't care. We don't.
It was popular, right? It was
first season.
popular.
First season was okay-ish, but like if we were like reaching 50,000 views, we're like, oh, so many people watching our stupid shit. And then season 2 arrived, and season 2 exploded because. The thing on season 1, the whole pitch of the show is like, it's like characters from TV show from our childhood. Our childhood meaning like 30 plus, whatever fucks like we were at the time. But the actual bread and butter of online audience as TikTok and all that type of awful cancer shows is like how you rot the brain of young, like teenage persons. And so as soon as the Kassos,
as we were influenced and you were like the stuff you do, it's the stuff that you were also put in your brain.
True, and it's gonna be, oh my god, it's not gonna be a good look. I mean, everybody say that as you grow old. Like, I really do think that people like will be 40 at some point will say TikTok that was meaningful, that was the shit, that was we were doing something with our life, not like these youngsters now that are I don't know, that are on I don't know, Goku 3000 XZ. We don't know. Who knows what will come. We next. Never know. That's the fun part. But we know that somebody is going to complain that it's not as good as before. When TikTok was the good old thing. So you're able to even be a boomer on stuff that hasn't even come out. It's awesome. That's my superpower. Like, how did you put it? Like a youthful boomer. Right?
As a youthful boomer.
I'm a youthful boomer.
Yes.
Jeez, where I was going with that? As a boomer, I lost track of my thought.
It was the second season was the
second season exploded because
everybody loves it. It's
teens and teens like it was funny to people that were between like 15 and 20, and so at the time. And so thanks to the Kassos, you made it to have a studio.
Yeah,
Bobbypills. True.
With founded by David Alrig, who you talked about. But just before Bobby, you still did like the proto series before Bobby was Monsieur Flap, right? Because that was right before Black Pills, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Kassos was made at Bobby Prod.
Ah, okay.
And Monsieur Flap was made at Bobby Prod with the fantastic Brice Chevillard and Nicolas Attané as directors. And then you had Bobbypills that happened when Black Pills happened and take our Black Pills money, so you have to do free shows. And so we created a separate thing because we wanted to be still independent in case of,
Just to explain, Black Pills was a platform this billionaire Xavier Niel was financing. And he wanted to be an alternative from YouTube or Netflix.
No, it was like one of the shitty ideas that Jeffrey Katzenberg had also, like the QB thing. Like, what is that shit? Like,
and you have to watch it like
Xavier, I love your money. It's not a bad idea at all. It was ahead of its time. And people were not ready, but it was like
people still aren't ready.
I didn't say that. So it was like a short format, only on mobile phone, because for some reason a clever dude said that now people just can't you just watch like something that can last more than 7 minutes.
He was wrong. It's 1 minute. Like TikTok proved it.
Actually, it's 1 because the attention span of everybody is like.
It's fact, and it's getting worse.
It's really fact. But you can also have 45 or 3 hours and a half video essay on YouTube or fucking podcast with nerd talking about animation or shit people don't care about.
Yeah, exactly. We're more shit talking than talking about animation.
So anyway, you had carte blanche to do anything you wanted with a lot of maybe a little money. I don't know.
A lot of little money. That's a good way to put it.
Little money. And you used this format and this thing to do crazy stuff, like a series about Carl Gustav Jung and philosophy and violence, and also a guy with a butt instead of a head. And
the like vermin, like cops, like
cockroaches.
Zootopia, but
but with insects.
With insects and
much more
profanity.
sex and violence.
Yeah, and people do that everybody knows.
I hope.
So people
you have to
big
watch
success in France, especially since you got the voice of the French voice of Sangoku to voice the main character. Right?
Finally, some whip shit. Yes.
Yeah. Was it a dream come true, or did you? I mean, I think it's really funny to have this child, like this icon of so many people, voice the character like people do.
Brigitte Lecordier, big up to Brigitte, Dame Brigitte, as we call her.
Yeah. Like she's so big in France.
She's a.
She's a French.
She's French cook.
What's her name?
Oui.
No. The voice actor for
figure for Son Goku.
I don't know.
The most famous Seiyu.
You're losing street cred. Otaku street cred.
We're gonna have to cut.
Terrible. We have to cut this.
Okay.
That's so.
Just to embarrass me.
Nozawa. It's Nozawa. Sorry.
I'm gonna cut it then. But Brigitte is amazing. She's a grande dame of dubbing and acting, voice acting. And
did she coach you for Bullfrog?
No, she didn't.
Oh.
No, but I learned a lot by watching her and watching actual comedian and artists by directing them. Also, during the Kassos, I had to do also voices because no money. So
we do everything.
So that's something we have to talk about, because in Bobby you have everything. Your pipeline is maybe a little special.
As in special needs, yeah.
Because especially if you compare it to Japan, and you have your own little studio of recording, and you do all the voices with other people from the company who are doing other jobs, and you are so good at it.
Thank you.
Really, your dubbing is really great. You're a great performer. You have many great performers in your studio.
Oh, thank you.
And I think Lazar's dubbing is much better than Mars Express. One. Sorry.
Obviously.
Sorry.
Of course. Because it's in English d'abord. And No, okay.
Well, it's gonna release in the US with an English dub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I can't wait to watch it in English then.
Like next week or something like that.
Nice.
He's so vicious.
Said nothing. I love Jérémy Perrin. I do. I love you,
We
Jérémy.
all love Jérémy Perrin. He's a
Awesome.
fucking genius.
The best.
So please talk a little
oui.
about your pipeline in Bobbypills.
Oh my
What
God,
makes
that-
you so special?
No,
You're
no.
always saying you are a bunch of punks, but you're not. You're not punks. You don't have.
We're not
Don't have
punks.
flares.
We're not
David
punks.
Ulrich is
Yeah, you're too
well
bold to be
dressed.
punk.
He's not a punk, but
We're not punks, we love money. I'm all for capitalism, c'est super. No, we it's out of necessity. Like I became a director, a writer, and a voice actor, and I did music for the shows and yada, just because there were no one else to do it, and you just have to do it because there is literally no other choice than that. So
but in Bobbypills you have an arcade cabinet. Is it out of necessity?
yes. We have
explain
to.
it
We
to us.
have to play video games every day. That's we have to play Street Fighter Third Strike with Mehdi Le Fad every fucking day. Otherwise, it's in our contract. No, that
who do you
happened. That
mean?
happened later. It's not our. It's not. We didn't pay for it. It's Alex Pilot's. Arcade. Yeah. No. We are. We're not as much punk as we are actually hobos. We
So
are the
which is
hobos
Maximator,
punk in front of the Monoprix.
In front of the Monoprix, that's
In
front of the Walmart.
Yes.
No.
No. Monoprix is more like Whole Foods.
Okay.
For Americans, like it's
Because,
it's more a bit more
thank you
novel
for the
stuff.
We have a standing. So no, yeah, it just happened because we had to do it, and we happen to work with like people that are talented, also that people have hobbies. People like some people are into acting. Some people are into this to that. That's usually it happens naturally. Usually when you work with artists or technicians, they're not just doing that stuff. They're always, and if you are into a creative work in any ways, like a lot of people that are drawing are actually doing also music and
for
stuff
example.
like that. So you better, all the things that you think are just is just a hobby, eventually you can use it in your professional life. That just happened organically, and that was cool because I think it's the best. You can really you really feel like it's a student film in a way. You're like doing everything like has with everybody.
Especially you really does everything. You are doing the writing, directing, storyboarding, dubbing. You also did some music.
Yes.
And you even do some animation.
Yeah. But I mean that's so cool, right?
That's so cool. And you are good at everything.
Don't do everything.
I mean what's cool is like you can. That's why I love that studio. Even sometimes it drives me fucking nuts because it's a job after all. It's really the perfect place where I can do that. Like I can express myself in all the way that I find interesting, out of necessity, but also because sometimes you're like, oh, we need that music. Okay, I'm gonna do something. We need like a. Also, right now at Bobbypills, I'm technically my title is creative director, and creative director can mean a lot of things. Gist of it is like you give advice to other directors, but also to production. Basically, you are the link between different departments, like development, writing, clients, artists, directors, and production.
So you are holding the shit together.
No?
No?
We are our job is to be translators.
Okay.
Because an artist and a production person don't understand each other. And by our special, we are like 3-4 creative directors at Bobbypills, and the thing is like we all have a experience in a lot of different aspects of production. Being like we can be on the field doing animation and then doing a storyboard and then go back to be a director and then doing schedule and planning, schedule and budget and then write and we are always changing place. You're not just like that. I wish it was the case, but to me, a creative director or not director was like somebody that's above that say do that shit and then do nothing. I would love it to be that way. No, not true. I would hate it, but we are just always switching place. You always have to know how the shit is done. Like you have to get frustrated about fucking Adobe Animate's special function of the latest version that is ass. Spoiler alert: Adobe Animate is just ass. But you have to deal with it sometimes. And to at the same time also so the micro and the macro vision of everything, and it helps you to creates, to be able to translate stuff to between departments. That's basically that's my job 90% of the time. Like I was so where I was going with that, it's just you have to do the ability to do so many different things. I think that's what's very special about that studio, about Bobbypills.
Yes, and at Full Frontal we love animators, and you're a great animator yourself. I saw you draw.
I'm okay.
And you're really fast.
You're fast.
Really animator. But and can you tell us which scenes you did? You're a little proud of, or you can please.
That was Monsieur Flap, right?
No, I did animation on Monsieur Flap. Did I? Because when I did storyboard, my main job is storyboard artist, but
French storyboards, they're like kind of like layouts in Japan, right? Right.
I'm part of these assholes. Like when you see a storyboard now, it's just like rough animation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like fuck you, that's not what storyboard is supposed to be. And you're right, you're absolutely right.
So you don't do your storyboards that way.
Yes, he's doing.
Yes, I'm doing them that way. I mean, I don't know how to do it other way. I'm not a very like this is my way of doing storyboards. Not and then you have to animate a lot. I do animate a lot because I'm really fucking hard head. I'm really stupid. Like I had to see it to know it works.
Okay, so and since it's done, then let's use it, right? So.
Yeah, it's so fast. I mean, the tool that we have right now, like back in the days, it was a fucking hell to forget about line tests or forget about checking your animation. Do you really believe that all the great animators that you love, being Disney animator or even all the great Japanese animator from the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, even today, do you really think that they have the luxury to line test their fucking shot or cuts? Fuck no. They did that thing back in the day that they planned, and they have a technique and a savoir-faire and a fucking ick shit. Do you know what an ick shit is? You motherfuckers.
No.
That's a fucking luxury like that we have, like being like, oh, I don't know, play. I know, I'm gonna put that thing on freeze and then maybe then play, and I think it's good. Yeah, that's a fucking luxury. I'm really taking advantages of it. Like it's so cool. Like you can poop out animation really fast, and so you can poop out storyboard really fast too, and don't also think only in terms of like I'm gonna do thing on paper first, like do my thumbnail and everything. I got my own method of storyboarding that is sound first. I'm just doing an edit of sound, a radio play of everything, so I can get the vibe and the rhythm with everything, the music, the sound design, the voices, scratch voices or not. That's what's gonna drive the storytelling and the animation and everything is the sound first. That's weird, but the technology allowed us to do that, and down the road it's allowed us to cut corners, to not deal with the usual bullshit that we have to deal with animation, but any type of audiovisual thing. Like you can figure shit out way sooner thanks by doing so. The technology is there to do that, and what did I wanted to say with that except fuck you to somebody? Because I don't know. But anyway,
that's a given.
That's a given. It's
But
very
just a
predictable.
word about your boss, David Elwick. It seems to us that he's really he don't meddle much with artistic things, and he lets complete freedom to people. Is it true?
Yes.
That's a better producer, no?
Yeah, but also the cool thing is a producer that he trusts people. I think Jeremy said that is right.
Yes.
Like he trusts people. As long as when you have his trust, he gets your back. Also, I always listen to his input when he says something that I did
For
don't
example?
work. I mean, the first pilot of People Do was ass. Awful, disgusting. Like we do a lot of things in
But
at Bobby.
people do is ass and disgusting.
Yes, but not in a
No,
sex
it's ass
way.
and dicks. And
Not in a
ass and
sex
dicks
way.
and booze.
So it's yeah, we do a lot of I don't know, showing. How do you say like a projection? Where we test
That's
screening.
screen test,
yeah.
test screening.
Rush is
And
that's
sometimes like with like a small amount of people, and then it's always basically what I do. Any script that I write, or any Bible that I write, or any storyboard that I do, like when to kickstart a show, me or anybody else, like the last call is made by the boss. It's David that is saying yeah or nay. And when he say nay, or when he say yes but, I listen to him, because his input is always interesting, even if he's wrong.
And what did he tell you to put it good?
On the People Do
On
stuff,
the people
for
do
example.
pilots.
he said to me, it's not funny, just do better, you fucking idiot.
That's
was
a
right.
good advice, not really. What? I don't know.
I
What to
should
take
do
that.
that.
That's the thing. It's not.
I'm doing this with you. every time.
Yeah, but it should be the other way around.
Yes.
It's not his place to tell you how. You
Yeah.
know, it's like a feedback
Yes,
for
that's
nobody.
a-
It's
So
that's
he's a
my
real
job.
The
He's
view
a
and-
real producer who lets the artistic
Yeah.
stuff to. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, I made
That's
that
not the same
mistake.
thing in the other companies like.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying,
but it's easy to make that mistake, because even
Yes.
like when you're a producer, a creative director, for example, when you have to like give advice to other directors, it's so fucking easy to just give not an advice, but actually what you would have done yourself. It's not, you're not giving anybody's any service by doing so, but it's super hard. So the cool thing is like with a feedback like that is like, with this word, you're gonna say what he feels is wrong, and your job is gonna to translate that and to understand that and to put that, to use your technique to make that better. So no, it's a very healthy relationship with your boss. And yeah, sometimes he's wrong, and sometimes I really believe in something and we headbutt, and that's good, because that's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to headbutt with production, with the boss in a healthy way, but you shouldn't fetishize also that the production is always right kind of mindset, always wrong, and the artist is always right. My job now, with my experience, like, nothing is farther from the truth. Everybody is fucking stupid. Everybody's stupid. Everybody's really happy to be right, even if it's wrong, and the artists are as guilty of it that the production people. What we really try to do at Bobbypills is like to really create these bridges between departments, because these departments actually don't make any sense. At the end of the day, a project is on the shoulder of everybody, and if people don't understand each other when they are talking, we're fucked. What you realize is that industry is like striving on people not understanding each other because it's comfortable. And at the end of the day, you always have artists that are dead over time, doing insane quotas, being like a schedule exploding, and you have your production people being miserable, and nobody gives a fuck at the end of the day, because it's not a feature, it's not a bug, it's a feature actually of that industry work. Like you're supposed to fucking train people from production and from like on the artistic side, and it works. Like you can poop at fucking content for this stupid ass platform. Sorry, I love you platform, give us money. But it's part of the game, and you're like, no, that's not right. Why people don't understand each other? And you realize that it's literally an everyday job to make people understand each other. It's tiresome, and that's why nobody's doing that. It's easier to do the usual bullshit that like nobody talks, nobody understands, but at the end of the day, we're still delivering stuff. People are dying, like their soul are dying every day. But it's okay because that's how the system works. That's how the sausage is made. That's trust the fucking process.
Yes, and we love Mappa's anime, right?
Mappa, another buzzword.
No, sorry.
So yeah,
We shouldn't talk about that.
That's an easy shot, but yeah, as I said,
cheap shot.
It's easy to
Low-hanging fruit.
it's easy to fire at Mappa, but it's like that everywhere.
like
not
that.
even
It's
just
ugly, but
not
it
even
was
just in
awful.
Japan, as you said. Like
Yes.
your experience is
Yes.
here in France, and it's still like the fucking same.
Yeah.
And sure, maybe I don't know if people literally sleep at the office to deliver their cuts. I don't know.
I did.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't happen only there. It's easy to know, to say, oh yeah, the Japanese animation is fucked and they work like slaves and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like that everywhere.
It
I don't
shouldn't
know.
be.
It's like
Even
that
though-
since
even
the
though-
60s.
Yeah, exactly. It hasn't
So-
changed anywhere.
I mean, yeah, but that's a full-time job to try to make that not being like that, but also at the same time having something that good. That because it's easy. You can do your 9 to 5 something,
Yeah, but then a
and poop at
production
shit.
takes
and
10 years. And
So you're
It's
not,
not that
only
also.
the French Trigger, you're also the French Q&E.
I fucking love Q&E. They're
well,
the
who
best.
doesn't? Who doesn't?
Yeah, that's a beautiful example of how you should treat your employees and stuff.
Yeah. Then again, the trick with Kyoani is that they have the 9 to 5, but because the studio is quite remote, the animators go home. There's nothing to do like near their place. So what do? I'm home. Oh, I'm gonna draw, and so in the end they draw just like just as much as anybody else.
Oh my god! Oh, this
It's
sneaky
just that-
bastard! That's how
at
it
least,
works.
you know, that's what
That's what you
I heard
heard
from people that
Ah.
know people from
You
that
know.
work at Kyoani. So you know, like. Maybe they're not all like that, and it's their freedom, but you know, it's the illusion of free choice. Like you think it's better, but in the end, it's still the same.
Shit! Oh my god! On my
Don't
dreams.
break our dreams. Dimitri,
Oh,
please.
sorry. Whoa.
No, that's interesting. But yeah, that's a good. Anyway,
But and
feels
you know, so
that they are a little better than.
yeah,
how.
they try. I mean, at least they try to.
At
to
least
be
they
better,
try.
You know, yeah, exactly.
At least we try. I don't think. I mean, we really try to. Also, when you realize that a good organization, good planning, good anticipation of stuff actually makes something smooth. Yeah, it's awful to do that, but then you really see that paying off.
Can I be a little pain in the ass?
Please do.
Because you
so
haven't been till now.
Because you did a really great show, what's called Laser Hawk,
I did
and
nothing.
it was a really big show,
was midi,
maybe
yeah.
too big for your little studio,
Yes.
and it turned to be a hell for everybody, right?
Yeah,
The
exactly,
production.
and that's a good example. I think that was the moment where we saw that we shouldn't do things that way. Our excuses were like it was the first time that we were handling that big of a show.
And it was really, technically speaking, a really high show for a French.
Yeah.
Every animators who worked on it were saying, the design are really complex.
Super hard.
It was like a Japanese anime, but French animators are not used to draw characters, so
I would say
and the animation also was really
Rough.
no, not
No,
rough,
high
but
quality.
high quality.
Yeah.
And in France, we're not used to that, especially for a series.
Yeah, no, we made all the wrong things. And again, the whole point is your whole career, or even as a person, is like to fail or make mistakes.
But in the end, it was not a mistake because the product is really good.
Yeah, but
It was really
I mean, it's
beautiful.
not good.
But it was passing.
No, it's not good enough. You know, otherwise you have that very toxic work environment. Like,
Yes.
and that awful way of seeing things. Like you made a lot of stupid decisions. You made people suffer. I mean, we really try. That's one of the things we really take pride to not make the team suffer too much, like the technician and the animators and stuff. But still, it's hard. And And then at the end of the day, you get these horror stories on every movies/show/whatever. You got, oh, it was fucking awful, whatever. Then the thing comes out, and then if it's a success or if it's like artistically cool, praised, like everybody's like, it was worth it maybe in the end. Fuck no, it's never.
Yeah, because
it's never worth it.
Even Apocalypse Now?
Yeah, even Apocalypse Now. Fuck the fetishization of like we should suffer to create stuff. It's not true. That's always a sign of somebody not doing his job right. If somebody suffered on the line, like somebody did his job right, and so. Yeah, so we it was one of the wake up call of like, if we want to keep doing that job, it should never happen again. And so that's why we are trying to make stuff differently right now. Like, yeah, because also it was not, I mean, I think Captain wasn't not that hard on the team, but it was really hard on the production side and on the money side. It was really hard. So you really want to be the studio that stopped being, oh yeah, it's part of the process to yada. No, it's not. It shouldn't. And we really try hard to not be that studio.
And so, what are you doing right now? A few shows. Big projects.
I mean,
for
I wish
Americans stuff.
Yeah, not
like
only
that,
because
one
of the projects that was announced and you're working on is an adaptation of a very successful French video game, which is Dead Cells, right?
Fuck yeah, Dead Cells. Yeah, Dead Cells. We did all the trailers.
Oh, you're working? No, you're not. You're working a bit on it a bit, or
on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah. Okay. I was creative director on that.
You played the game?
What?
You played the game?
I hate video games.
That's why you play every day, Third Strike every day with Mehdi to decide who does storyboards, right?
Yes. Of course you have to play the bit. I suck. I'm not good at video games. Like that's the thing.
Even at Third Strike.
I'm okay.
Who do you main on Third Strike?
Fucking Makoto. Makoto, base girl. I'm not taking. Je vais pas prendre un Ryu ou un Ken cheaté ou je sais pas quoi.
So anyway,
and do you win a lot? And do you win a lot? Yeah.
I do.
Dead Cells.
Sorry.
Dead Cells. Did you use, because in France, like the studio behind Dead Cells? I mean, when I was a kid, I used to play all their Flash games, especially like Hammerfest. I don't know if you like with the little snowman. So and then to have them have this big international success with Dead Cells was
that's fucking cool. And the thing like we worked early on with them on this first trailer, and then the second one like we created like a relationship with that studio. That's cool. And so that was. That was the best case scenario. You create something with an independent video game company, and eventually it's transformed into a show. So that's cool. I think it's gonna be. Don't want to say no bullshit. Maybe I can't actually say no bullshit. I didn't check my NDA.
I was gonna ask. Can you tell anything about it? Maybe. Yeah.
But wait, that show is very special because that show was starting bad. We were starting to do that thing again. When you're a toxic relationship.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Is that did it repeat basically? Yeah,
that's the awful thing with that industry and how stupid people are. And by people, I mean everybody. Like it's not a them versus us type of thing. Like you can
because you're an artist, you want to work on your art, and you can stop. No, that's not the thing.
It's not that. That industry is so much like
you say we're gonna change it. Okay, we've assessed that there are some problems. We have to change it, and then in the end, you just repeat the same process.
Yeah, you make other. You make other stuff. Like you think, okay, this doesn't work. This didn't work, but you actually don't understand why it didn't work, and you're applying something. But by now you're doing that. We're gonna doing that thing, but that's not actually what the thing that you were supposed to do, and we created a bigger monster by doing so. So that kind of happened at the beginning of Dead Cells.
Of that?
I mean, life.
Not in the Dead Cell production.
I don't.
I don't want to get into specific because it's gonna be boring. But we were not starting great, but we were repeating some mistakes. And my title also as a creative director was, the first thing that you should do when you start any conversation really is like to start to name things. Like so we know that when you say that word, it means that word. Because for some reason, sometimes you think that people say words like layout, animator, and it means something very different, like not only from country to another, but to a company to another.
Yes, we were told that by Inoue Toshiyuki, was saying that French animators don't understand what a layout is.
Oh my god!
Even when they're
not
really
just
good,
French, like
nobody.
Even when they are really good animators, they can do good stuff, but they don't have the same approach.
Nobody has a fucking idea what a layout
What
is.
is a layout? I don't know myself.
Oh, you have 2 hours? That's interesting. But yeah. So the first thing that you should do is name things accordingly, and then when you're sure that everybody speaks the same language, you can start to do the first step, like create something, the first step and the next step and the next step. In animation, basically, you have people that think they talk the same language, but it's like a fucking fucked up Erasmus. It's like literally like nobody has actually.
Yeah, everybody is not on the same page about.
You start not on the same page.
Of stuff.
You don't have time to prep. You know that the last production was hell, it didn't work. You think you know that it's that why, and that you won't repeat the same mistake, but you don't know shit actually. And then you don't have the time actually to prep, because the industry, you have this long period of waiting, and then you have to go for yesterday. It's always like that. Animation is always hell like that. No time to prep. And so, yeah, you always go too fast, and you always have to not thinking that you know what you're doing when you actually don't, and then it creates a lot of suffering. But so it's very easy to do badly that job, is what I'm saying. It's very easy to fail. So that's it. End scene. I don't know.
And well, so
yeah.
so we talked a bit about the animator. So you were talking about the animators at Bobby, but since we're all Sakuga fans here, we're used to always talk about Japanese animators, this, that. Can you tell us a bit about the animator stars, or like the animators at Bobby, the one that stand out? So, for example, you had a few of the animators at Bobby that went to work to Japan. So either they had worked in Japan or went to work in Japan. Yeah,
we have animators. I'm going to take that to a very broad sense.
Because, as you said, like, it doesn't necessarily mean the same.
And storyboard artists.
Artists.
Like
Anaïs. Yann Le Gall, there's a fantastic
let's
background
start
artist.
with Anaïs.
Anaïs Chevillard.
Supanoun.
Great storyboard artist that, it was a bit a long time ago, maybe 10 years ago, she was into Japan and did Doga. She did the basic training, like starting.
She did Genga too, I think. No?
Yeah, but she started with Doga,
the Japanese
then
way.
in betweens, and my god, Doga, then Genga, and stuff like that. She's a storyboard artist, director also. Bonjour Anaïs. Ohayo gozaimasu. Si c'est le matin.
Bonsoir si c'est le soir.
Yann Le Gall. That is.
He's making big, he's
he's working with Park at E&H,
and he will. Can we say that?
He's been working on Ninja Kamui,
and he will make his episode director debut soon.
What the fuck? Pardon. It's okay.
So
I didn't know that. Episode director Omedeto, Yann Le Gall San. Incredible.
Awesome.
Great. Great background artist, and also he did storyboard and stuff. What else? Like Claire that worked on that worked on Monsieur Flap.
Under Kameda Yoshimichi.
Yeah, fucking flex. Flexing.
So what did she do at Bobby?
She was animator on Monsieur Flap season 2. Yeah, animator. Yeah. And by animator, like it's very close to on Monsieur Flap. It's very close to the Japanese way, because the animator doing his layout, Genga really. Is doing also the background and the character, because everything has to, you don't have like a background artist doing the background of Monsieur Flap and then somebody doing the posing or whatever. It's like the Genga artist is doing the everything, like in Japan, because it's simpler. You can pull that off, but it's actually pretty hard. Monsieur Flap is actually super hard to pinpoint the right amount of style. But yeah, it's quite close to the Japanese, workflow in that regard. So yeah, she worked on that. She's great. She got a very awesome new Twitter account about Spirou.
Yeah.
Because
and good omens also, like, a lot.
Yeah. So good people.
And then you have like also other big animators,
so many good people.
Like the director of Crazy Strong, Gobi.
Baptiste Gobert, Jérémy Waro, Jeremy that ended up directing Mars Express. Oh shit!
That's not the same.
Lastman season 2. There's so many fucking Jeremys in that. Putain, Jean Lafrance quoi. Little diversity in the names also wouldn't hurt. Qu'est-ce que Baptiste that is now working, I think, at La Chouette. Benoît Boucher, Bill, Bill never worked for us. But it's so,
you don't even know who works with you.
I know, but there's so many, intermittent du spectacle. There's so many people turning.
Yes, in France too, we have freelance animators.
Yeah, exactly. It's like freelance.
So sometimes you but no, it's so many talented people. Like we have that go when to work with Japan.
You worked with Yukio Takatsu.
The way around.
On the Street of Rage.
It's a Japanese animator living in France.
Yes, it's great. Like it's the way around also. Yeah, he worked on the Street of Rage trailer I directed. Great. It's amazing. I still owe me like a lesson of Clip Pseudo Paint animation.
Okay, Yukio, as soon as you go back from Japan, you have to go.
Like,
this is a new studio of Bobby. You moved, right?
We're not in Paris no more. We are in Montreuil. C'est pas très loin. It's okay. It's very near. It's cheap.
Right, it's really the address, so all of our viewers can
gentrified, so it's chic to be in Montreuil.
Yes, it's very gentrified. We are our fair share of... Right? Gentrified, they are our fair share of crackhead.
Well, that's what gentrification is like in Paris right now.
True.
Montreuil is a new colline du crack.
So yeah, but that's so Montreuil, because it's a bigger place. We hopefully we will do bigger projects, and so we start to be very, very tight.
With
on
bigger breasts.
This is scandalous. Who do you think I am? Hopefully, bigger stakes, also bigger, like I don't know.
We can only hope that we...
you made it big. You're working a lot for the Americans.
I made it big.
You did the opening for Superman.
My Adventures with Superman.
My Adventure with Superman.
It's a Superman show for ladies.
For ladies.
So there is, in your opening, there is a Superman who's blinking to the Fujoshi.
Blinking, yes.
That's cute.
Like, I was happy because that wink was literally like something like I was like, I felt like it was nice. Like, it wasn't in the pitch or the storyboard that the director did. And I was like just adding these little things, really, because it was so much fun. I mean, this character, the model sheets were amazing. Like, I do love all these artists that work on that show. They are fucking amazing. And when we just had a lot of fun doing that opening, and it didn't feel like work even. We were just like, and so we were. So when I showed the rough animation to the team, I already I was so happy when they were happy because they were full into production. It's hard as fuck to do cartoons. Nobody should ever do that. It's pain and misery, and the fact that they were really. It pumped them up, it boosted their morale. It was so cool. It was to see, these people, it was really my goal in hindsight, the people felt like the super cool people, and you were to say, I'm having fun with your thing because I really do think it's cool, and then they felt that. And so that was a nice, very or you're working for Americans or whatever kind of relationship. It was very healthy and everybody was happy. So it's very, very lucky to work on that opening for that show. That is really cool.
And so right now you are doing, what was that?
Creature Commandos.
Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
It's a big show with big money, no?
I can't say. It's a big show.
It will come out. It will be released. It's definitely a show. It
will be released this year. It's a great show. I'm basically supervising the pre-production, the character designs and storyboards with my good pal on the Warner Brothers side, because it's basically we are Warner Brother and Bobbypills are working together to create that show. And then so it's one thing I can say, I was so happy because as I told, I started in the comic book on the Turbomedia thing with Guardian of the Galaxy at the very beginning. I had no idea what the fuck that was, and at the time nobody did also, and then it felt like getting back to that vibe of who the fuck are that Creature Commandos thing. I want Superman, and you got all these misfits thing because that's what James Gunn does best. And then it feels, there is a little storytelling here that I like, and the script. I don't know. It was one of those moments when you're just happy to. It's not just a gig, It's a
passion project. It becomes a passion project.
It becomes a passion project. I don't know. I can't say nothing. It's just fucking cool. The script. I mean, that was a big lesson for me. A James Gunn script was a fucking jeez. That guy can write. And trust me, that's not something I say every day.
I think if people made it this far, I think they have quite an understanding.
But I think at Bobby you have writing techniques stolen from the Americans. You are doing radios, a lot of people.
Rooms. I mean,
in Japan, it's not usually the way.
They don't.
No.
With Watanabe Shinichiro, it's some.
They kind of do it, but it's different. It's still different.
But
yeah, I mean.
So you are doing the American way for writing, no?
Kind of. Yeah, we're working with writing. We are working with the writing room again. We made so many mistakes in the way to handle writing during the years. It's really hard. Writing is super hard. It's a shame that the writers have to take care of it. Because
I think you are really strong in writing at Bobbypills.
We try, but we really want to get better at it because that's the most important thing. It's like, as I often say, a good script is supposed to be like a, how do you say, music partition, like a fucking music
sheet.
Music sheet. So you have to follow that and be sure that you cover all the bases, and then the interpretation is up to the talent or whatever. But the music sheet, and it really feels 90% of the time that scripts are music sheets written by deaf people that never touch in an instrument in their life, and they're still thinking that they are doing a good job. I value writing so much. I mean, I had to write. I'm not a writer. I had to write because nobody was there to write at the time. I realized how insanely hard it is. So I have the most biggest respect for people that I can pull it off. I wish there were more of them.
Can I talk a little about writing at Bobbypills?
Yeah.
Yes. Because
very shortly.
what I think really interesting in your writing technique is that you are pretty efficient. You can do formula shows. you know, like, as the American way, when you do the first season of Pipoudou or the first season of Pipoudou and Monsieur Flap. You know, you're really efficient. You do the good jokes and you create a universe. But you can also do the writing like Japanese style. You know, because when you go to the second season, you know, it goes in the stars and it became completely crazy. That Americans can do, maybe. And I think this is really interesting. And maybe you have a heavy influence of Gurren Lagann.
Oh yeah.
You know, it starts on the ground, on the dirt, and finishes in the universe.
No,
you know?
I think it's more in the vicinity of when you don't have no idea, you just put in space after the thing. You know,
it works.
Yeah. I mean, it does not.
But in space.
Yes, but maybe it's also because like I love sci-fi. I do love it. So I know a lot of my other fellow men loved it too. Love sci-fi. So yeah, I always wanted to make a sci-fi show. I did a pilot also. I did a dossier for a sci-fi show, animated one, wasn't picked up. So eventually we met people do season 2 out of frustration. Okay, it's going to be my only chance to do a sci-fi. It's going to be that, so that. And Monsieur Flap, yeah, I mean, I think it's just like we just go to the most, what would be the craziest idea? Okay, where Monsieur Flap comes from or whatever. And so, you know, but yeah, of course we are only like, comment on dit, on pompe. We are
sucking.
No. We suck. We steal. We fucking steal from from these geniuses. Like
ripping off, no?
Yeah, rip off.
We rip off. Like Imaishi, you know, is the biggest influence for like in.
That was a question. Yes, who was the biggest influence in terms of Japanese animators and directors?
We are very different. Obviously, there's a lot, but one thing where I think a lot of people connect is like Imaishi's work, and especially not maybe first like I think Furikuri is the gospel basically.
Yeah.
What about Yuasa?
Yuasa, of course, like everybody and her mother love mind games.
Yeah, mind game is crazy.
And I do love Tatami Galaxy, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a genius. But yeah, I would say that Furikuri is the thing that literally we show. When I start a show as a director or something, I always, when I get new people coming in, I say, watch that. Watch Abedobashi episode 3. Watch
not episode 4?
The sci-fi one?
The one with Imaishi's cards, like, you know, with the main character pissing everywhere. I think it's 4.
I think it's a sci-fi one. I think it's 3. I don't. I may be wrong though. And I say watch the first episode, the first OVA of Cutie Honey, because it's awesome. It's like also Imaishi. I'll say, and then for the one that enjoyed that, I say, okay, now watch Dead Leaves. Even if like we will never do that because that's insane. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the like all these that specific Gainax vibe that ended up being Trigger in the end. You know, everything that is not Hideki Anno, basically.
Yes. Thank you.
But you know, you say I watch Furikuri and it's Tsurumaki, and Tsurumaki, like half of Evangelion is Tsurumaki.
Yeah, just shut up, Dimitri. You
don't even know about that at all.
They're gonna fight. No, but Tsurumaki, but that's a shame that he ended up like, because he was the in the shadows of Anno, and then he did Furikuri,
and then he did Diebuster.
that was okay, quite cool.
I like it.
Pretty cool.
No, I'm a
but
boomer.
then now it's just like helping him on his fucking Evangelion part 2 Feduski, I don't know. Evangelion. Oh my God.
Thank you,
Look
Balak.
forward to the future. Look forward to the
you
future.
and against Dimitri.
That guy is good. I mean, and
I
again,
love Tsurumaki. I mean, he's fucking genius.
yeah, he's
No,
a genius.
you love him because he's like you. He doesn't work and he puts everybody.
Tsurumaki
in the
fucking.
I know. I was talking about. I know.
I know. I know he's a hack.
Check your hearing.
He's
I'm surrounded by boomers. Help me, please. I need
That's
my
true.
subway.
That's true.
So my
Sorry, my bad, my
my
bad.
attention span is failing. I need some Subway Surfer. Where is my TikTok with Family Games?
I'm a French boomer. I can speak English. That's worse.
So I'm sad to announce that this episode comes to an end.
Oh.
We spent too much time complaining. Well, especially you, Balak.
We are French.
Honestly, I don't fucking understand why we invited you.
I
like
don't.
for you just to shit talk on
Because
everybody
I
and
love you,
complain
Balak.
of everybody.
That's the reason.
But we love you. Yeah, you're the fucking greatest. I hope that every viewer enjoyed your personality, your very rich
Oh
personality.
my God. It was a mistake.
And so, to have also the opinion of someone in the industry, somebody who knows what the fuck they're talking about. I think it's nice to have somebody.
Ah, you mean me?
Yeah, who knows that shit.
Okay. No.
I certainly don't mean Ludo.
The key thing is like nobody had any fucking idea of what they're doing. Me, myself included. Don't just do stuff. Don't listen to other people that think they know. We usually don't.
Oh, that's the best conclusion.
Exactly. So anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in. Tell us in the comments what you thought about this episode.
No, don't.
Did all the swearing bother you?
Probably.
Promise next time there won't be as much swearing. Pardon of French, especially. And yeah, so again, tune in every week. AT Field is back. A lot of super topics to cover. Of course, if you wish to support the website and the podcast, you can check out the coffee link in the description. Subscribers to the Eva tier get access to extra episodes. Always a blast. There are some with some exclusive info, stuff that you won't hear anywhere other. For this extra episode with Balak, we're gonna talk about what else but anime, since we didn't talk about anime mostly during this episode.
That's gonna be some hardcore weeb shit.
Exactly. So
give them
give us the money. You don't need it. You already have your billionaire friends giving you the money. Yeah. Okay, give them some money too then.
Yes.
Peace out. Check out the extra episode with the weep shit, matane as they say in Japan.
Yeah. Kowabunga.
So it's time for the pee-pee.
West.